A deputy in the San Francisco Bay Area is facing a lot of questions over two men he shot and killed more than 2 years apart. Prosecutors charged Deputy Andrew Hall with manslaughter and assault this week. Hall shot and killed an unarmed Filipino man more than 2 years ago. The same day Hall was charged, the sheriff's office released body cam video of a separate deadly shooting. The footage shows Hall shooting and killing 33-year-old black man Terrell Wilson just seconds after asking him to drop a knife. Deputy Hall originally responded to a call last month about a man throwing rocks at cars. An attorney for a former Atlanta police officer is trying to get him back on the force. Garrett Rolfe shot and killed 27-year-old Rayshard Brooks last summer when he was running away. His attorney says the police department fired him without a full investigation. He claims that a quick hearing didn't give former Officer Rolfe a chance to represent himself properly. This afternoon, an associate of Jeffrey Epstein will have to appear in court in person for the first time. Ghislaine Maxwell has an arraignment at 1:30. The 59-year-old has a new charge against her, adding a fourth child victim to the charges. Maxwell is accused of helping Epstein sexually abuse underage girls. The latest accusations also expand the time period in which she facilitated abuse. She expected to continue pleading not guilty. Missouri's own U.S. Senator cast a single no vote to a bill meant to combat hate crimes against Asian Americans. The U.S. Senate passed the measure yesterday. It would expedite reviews of hate crimes and support law enforcement in their response to increased incidences. Despite its bipartisan support, Senator Josh Hawley voted against the bill. He told us it was too broad and gives the federal government open-ended authority. The House of Representatives is planning to consider a similar bill in weeks to come. The U.S. Census Bureau says it will release the results of the 2020 count next week. The numbers are highly anticipated as they will determine how many seats each state gets in the House of Representatives. The Census Bureau says it's currently finalizing the numbers and hopes to be done by next Friday. The more detailed numbers that the states use to draw House districts will be released in August and September. The family of Kristin Smart is suing over her disappearance back in 1996. Smart has not been seen for more than 24 years and is presumed dead. Yesterday, the family filed a lawsuit against Ruben Flores, who is charged as an accessory after murder for allegedly helping hide Smart's body. The family says Ruben Flores intentionally caused them emotional distress. This comes as Flores was released on bond last night, and you're looking at video that moment was caught. He faced charges along with his son, Paul Flores. Paul was the last person to see Smart alive and has been charged with murder in her disappearance. He is being held without bond. Both the father and son have pleaded not guilty. Police are investigating after a massive explosion in New Hampshire was felt as far as Massachusetts. The blast went off about 7 Tuesday night, sending a shockwave across the area. Officials now say the cause was an 80-pound explosive that someone set up for a gender reveal. Some damage was reported, but luckily there were no injuries. The man who set off the explosive has turned himself into the police and is cooperating with the investigation. Police say he thought the event would be safe because he was in a quarry. A Nevada prison escapee is back in jail this morning after he was caught in Mexico. 52-year-old Samuel Avalos Gallardo escaped from jail 27 years ago. He had been serving a 40-year sentence for driving under the influence, resulting in death. Avalos Gallardo was just a year into his sentence when the Department of Corrections says he walked from his work group. He was actually arrested back in January, but had to go through a long extraditional process before he was returned to Nevada on Tuesday.
We've been a little bit cool as we've gone throughout much of this week, but I'm tracking some warmer weather. Show you how warm we'll make it coming up after the break.